Alright, my beautiful fucking fellows, dude. Dr. Sebi Healing Method Video Guide, Part 6. I can't do the finger thing, I don't have enough fingers anymore. Okay, so in the last two sections we talked about, Part 4 we talked about acidity and alkalinity, and Part 5 we talked about what is this mucus that's in between all our cells. What is this mucus? So, in this part we're going to bring it all together. We're going to talk about specifically, we're going to start with like meat and dairy and how these things make our bodies acidic, how these things introduce these pathogens, and what that means for us. So let's start with this. When we eat any meaty or dairy thing, it is loaded with these bacteria, pathogens, parasites, viruses, harmful microorganisms, right? Loaded with them. People tend to think that if you cook the food that these guys die, but no. Most forms of bacteria are hella resistant to heat and hella resistant to pH. So they don't die from the heat they use to cook it, and they don't die from your stomach acid. So that means once you have digested your food, these guys are now in your digestive system, fully alive and ready to fuck shit up, right? So these guys are now in our bodies from this meaty or greasy, cheesy thing that we ate, right? So they're in there. And they're going to enjoy it in there for a little bit, because when we eat meat or dairy, all of these products are acidic. Every single animal product in the world is acidic. Even if it's basic when it's outside of the body, like milk is slightly basic. It's like pH set between 8, like close to 8. Even then, when you eat it, the reaction, because the pH is like an ash, sort of, from the reactions that happen. It's not the actual thing. It's like if you eat an orange, it's hella acidic, but in your body, it's alkaline. Milk, if you drink it, it's, alkaline or basic outside of your body, but then you eat it and it's hella acidic. So, yeah. So when we eat this meat or dairy, our bodies become more acidic from the food itself. But on top of that, also, these microorganisms that are in the food also make our bodies acidic further, right? Because these guys, where they live, they also make that place more acidic, right? So now these bad guys are in the body alive, and they are existing in a favorable environment for them. They're in an acidic environment, right? So once these guys enter the body, what does the body do? It starts the healing response, which is known as inflammation. It's basically inflammation is just a fancy word for the healing response. When your body starts all the processes it needs to start taking the shit out. And so what does that look like? Part of what that looks like is when any normal person gets sick, like non-vegan or whatever, they have mucus. They have a bunch of boogers coming out of their nose and their throat and even their eyes and their ears, because the body makes this excess mucus in order to take these bad guys out, right? So the body actually makes all this excess mucus that I'm talking about, that Dr. Sebi's talking about, that is in us by the pounds, our body has made to neutralize and to take these fuckers out. So why doesn't it take it out? So the problem is that we actually eat at a rate faster, like we introduce these guys into our bodies at a rate faster than our bodies can take them out. And this happens over years. That's why normal people get sick. That's why, let's say somebody eats their daily diet for a long time, they eat this acidic food, they introduce these pathogens into their bodies and their toxins. Once that happens, there are certain points where the body is like, all right, I gotta clean something, you know? But still people overload themselves over years to the point that the body has to give something up. So what kind of things is the body gonna give up? Well, who knows? Maybe it'll make your eyesight bad. Maybe it'll give you heart problems. Maybe it'll give you bone problems. Maybe your thinking will be worse. All of these things. Because when we get up in the morning, we program our bodies to say, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then our bodies comply. They say, okay, Michael wants to do this, this, and this. But I guess that leaves no room for him to heal all the healing that the body wants to do. But the thing is that once we let our bodies heal, once we give our bodies a little bit of space, we give it this space by eating less and by eating food that it can actually use and process and nourish itself with, right? So if we make these changes and give our bodies a little bit of space, the results will be obvious. Anybody that has went vegan or that has fasted, within instantly, like let's say somebody goes vegan, they get sick always between like as fast as like 3 days or a week, because as soon as you give your body just the chance, just the opportunity to heal itself, it's gonna do so. And a lot of people, they get sick when they turn vegan and they get scared. They're like, oh, I'm malnourished, I haven't eaten meat for a few days, so I must not be getting the nutrients that I need and stuff like that, like calories. Yeah, no, that's bullshit. It's because it's not that you're sick, it's because it's not that you got like something bad, it's that your body is now taking out all of this bad stuff. It's the same thing as a normal sickness. Just in a normal sickness, it's like a forced thing. It's like the body is like, okay, we're gonna do this now, or else you're gonna fucking die, dude. Like, soon. So it has to get sick. But in this case, this is a detox sickness. This is when, after the sickness, you're going to be more healthier than when you started. For the other cases, you're gonna be around the same place, if not worse. So yeah.